Hey guys, welcome to Average Home Theater. I am Nelson.
Hey, it's producer Nick.
All right, Nick. So why don't you let the audience know what our daunting task was?
So we came up with the idea to do a list of our version of desert island movies. A list of 10 movies that if we have to leave or if we're stranded or whatever, we can grab 10 movies from our collection, physical media only. Whether it be DVD, VHS, Blu-ray, 4K, Betamax, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you have.
We can grab 10 movies only, and those are the 10 movies that we're going to be stuck with watching for the rest of our days.
And, just to preface, this is not a top 10 movie list that we think are like the greatest movies ever. This is like, hey, you only have 10 movies to watch for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So you got to make a decision, put them in your bug out bag, and hit the road.
This is what you got.
This was I thought it'd be more fun.
It was
fun.
It was fun, but it was daunting. You and I both have a pretty extensive collection of movies,
right?
All sorts of media. Yeah, I mean, I made changes to my list on the way over here.
And while you and I have similar tastes, we don't always align. And so I'm curious to see what's going to cross over and what's not. I have like maybe one or two that I think you'll have, but
same.
I don't really know.
One or two. Before we get started with the list, though, I have to tell a joke. Okay. This is not my joke, but it reminded me of this. Norm Macdonald, the funniest person probably to ever live. Can I say the F word?
I'll bleep it out.
Okay. So Norm Macdonald told this joke. He said, I was stranded on the desert island, and those 5 movies that I brought didn't do me a bit of good. And that's one of my favorite jokes of all time. And I thought when we talked about this, it reminded me of that. So I wanted to tell that.
That's hilarious. I haven't heard that one.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So
okay, well, there you go. So just to preface, once again, these are not what we think are the greatest movies ever made.
No.
This is like, what could we tolerate watching over and over again for the rest of our lives?
That's right.
It was hard. I ended up, I had 18 and then I had to whittle out 8. And those 8 broke my heart for a few of them to leave behind.
You had mentioned that earlier. You had 18. I said I didn't have quite that many, but I have exactly 18. Or 17. Sorry.
The way I did mine was I tried to not duplicate actors.
Okay.
Or directors.
Okay.
Genres. Of course, I failed in the genre category.
Yes, did I.
I tried to have a diverse list, of like, okay, it's this time of year, so I want to be able to watch this. This time of year, I want to be able to watch that. So it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but it was fun at the same time. And so, yeah, I'm ready to go.
I think I had a lot of comedies on mine. I think it's easier to rewatch comedies over and over again.
I was a complete opposite. I had to force myself to put comedies.
Really? Okay. Well, I have several comedies on mine, but I think I've got a respectable list. You want to talk about some honorable mentions before we get started on the list?
So yeah, well, we're not going to go one by one. So you just kind of,
and this is no particular order.
No particular order. Just rattle off the ones that didn't make the cut.
For me, that didn't make the cut, I'm going to start with something kind of fresh that we recently talked about, Predator Badlands. I mentioned in that video that it's something that I could watch over and over again.
Which is still true.
It's still true, but I think it's still too new and too fresh to be on my desert island list.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I have Predator Badlands as an honorable mention, though.
Well, keep going.
Okay.
Rattle them all. Yeah, just rattle them off.
So my next, you're not going to like this, but one of my honorable mentions is Jurassic Park.
Oh. Okay.
And I think it's because I've seen it so much that if I were in a desert island situation, we could just act the movie out.
Well,
and
that's
so
that goes for a lot of movies on this list.
Yeah.
But I can understand that.
No Country for Old Men I have on my honorable mentions. It's one of my favorites, and I would like to watch it over and over again, but it's kind of a hard movie to rewatch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you would want to rewatch that on a desert island.
Yeah. So This one was hard to cut, but I replaced it with something else. Office Space.
Okay.
Office Space was on my list, and I've actually watched Office Space multiple times in a week. But
that's one that I don't necessarily watch it a lot, but I still quote it, and it's fun to quote with friends. So I can do without it because, like you said earlier, could just if you're hanging out with people, you say, "Hey, remember Office Space?"
Yeah. Seven is a movie that I've watched a million times, but I don't know if it would
talk about Debbie Downer and Desert Island.
Right. So I didn't, and that's you don't want to be watching that over and over again. Another one you're going to be surprised that made my honorable mentions is My Cousin Vinny. Also because it's just seen it so many times already.
Okay.
I struggled. And then my last one, another excellent movie that I could watch over and over again, but didn't make the cut, is Road to Perdition.
Road to Perdition. Okay.
Which I kind of want to watch again at some point this weekend.
Well, my honorable mentions. First one, Ace Ventura. And
okay,
I love that movie, and I wanted to put it in there. I just didn't have the room.
That's going to be on a different list for me.
I just didn't have the room. And I thought about, okay, if we're on a desert island, or if we had to bug out, maybe we're trying to rebuild civilization. And one day we'd want to tell people, hey, this guy, Jim Carrey, this is what he did. But I just couldn't do it. Too many other good movies on the list.
Yeah.
Men in Black 3. And it's because it's my favorite of the trilogy.
Okay.
And
really better than the first one?
Oh yeah,
okay.
The first one is arguably the better movie, of course, but I love Part 3, and I think it's because of Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I can watch whenever I do watch a Men in Black movie. I normally go to that one.
Okay.
I normally put on Men in Black 3.
Okay.
Commando.
Yes.
And the reason it didn't make the list is because I have another Arnold movie on the list, and I didn't want them multiple. So Commando had to be cut.
How many times? You're 46.
I'm 45.
You'll be 46 in a couple months. How many times in 46 years have you seen the movie Commando?
As a child, probably
from birth to now. If you had to put a number on
if I had to put a number, at least 30, but probably more. Like that's probably low.
Yeah.
Because I can put that movie in, I could damn near recite it line for line.
Yeah.
So I watched it a ton as a kid, way more as a kid than as an adult. But
so another one, we would just act it out. We could remake it, scene for scene, shot for shot.
This one hurt me deeply because I loved it as a kid. I still love it as an adult, but I don't watch it nearly as much anymore. And I had no Sylvester Stallone movies on my list, but First Blood.
Okay.
I had to. It's my favorite Sly movie.
Okay.
Over Rocky and all that. It's First Blood is to me, that's Sylvester Stallone's best movie he's ever done.
Yeah.
I just couldn't fit on the list.
And Richard Crenna's best performance.
No, John, don't do it. Friday the 13th Part 3. If there was going to be a Friday the 13th movie, this is the one that I would take.
Okay.
It's probably my favorite one to watch, but unfortunately, I have only one horror movie on my list, and it's actually not even 100% horror, and you'll know when I get there. So it pained me as much as I love horror to not bring any. I actually shocked myself that I didn't put any horror movies.
I thought you would have at least one in particular. I thought you would
Halloween
have on the
78.
Yes,
yeah,
that's the one I thought you would have.
That's my next honorable. I just couldn't do it, and I know Mark Sino's going to be pissed. I know Jamie Ray is going to be mad, but I have 0 horror movies on this list, and it's obvious that as much as I love horror, it's second to science fiction and action for me.
So remind me, because I just rewatched the entire Friday the 13th franchise in about a week and a half. They all kind of ran together. Which one was the third one?
3D, the one where he gets his mask.
With the barn and the biker gang. Okay. Yes. Yep. Okay. All right.
So my next one is Major League, and that's because it's hilarious and it's a sports movie. And I was like, okay, do I bring a sports movie? Ultimately, I just couldn't do it with these other movies. I just love too much. But if I were to bring a sports movie, it would have been Major League.
So far, your honorable mentions are, as I was making my list and looking through my collection, like, yeah, this is going to be on Nelson's list. This is going to be on Nelson's list.
And then the last two is RoboCop and Terminator. Two of the greatest science fiction movies ever made, but couldn't make my list. I couldn't do it. I had others that I had to put because of my strict rules of not trying to duplicate genres and actors, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't give myself as many rules, but
I tried to make a diverse list to try to cover all bases. Like, because if you're sitting on the island, man, I'm in the mood for a comedy. I'm in the mood for this.
Yeah.
And I had to, I tried to, diversify my portfolio. So that's how I made this list. But it was very painful.
Yeah.
To make these cuts. Now I know how NFL coaches feel when it's like, who do I cut? You know what I'm saying? When they're trying to make the final cut, it's kind of the same thing.
Or directors and editors when they're having to cut
what
out
scene
scenes.
do I cut?
Yeah. Yeah, cut out performances. Yeah, man, it started out as, hey, this is going to be fun. And then it turned into work.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. So,
all right. Well, now we'll
honorable
start
mentions. That is a really, really good honorable mention.
I know,
list.
like, so that could be a list on its own.
Right. So,
right. Anyway, all right, Nicholas.
So,
number 10.
When you proposed the topic, the first movie that popped into my mind that went first on the list is, for me, The Big Lebowski.
Okay.
I could watch The Big Lebowski once a day, probably. And it's one of those movies where every time I watch it, I find something different to laugh at. So when you said 10 desert island movies, that's the first thing I pulled.
Really?
I went straight to The Big Lebowski, and I pulled The Big Lebowski.
And I know you love that movie, but it didn't even, when I was going through my list, I saw it, but it didn't even register to put on.
See, that's one I thought we'd have had. That's one I thought we'd have had in common.
And I love the movie. I really do. But I never really want to just take it off the shelf and put it in.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
Like, you got to use so many dang cuss words.
You see what I did there?
Yes, I have my old man glasses on.
That was from the movie.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready for your first
number
choice.
10. The greatest Western ever made.
I think you're going to say Back to the Future Part 3.
No, Tombstone. So if I had to take a Western, right, it's got to be Tombstone.
Shoot.
And I'm not a spaghetti Western guy.
Right.
I'm more of a modern
Western
type person. And this is the first Western I ever fell in love with, besides Back to the Future Part 3.
Yeah.
But, man, you can't say enough about Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, just Bill Paxton. It just worked.
That is a very, very, very respectable choice. And that's one that, as I was going through, I kind of skimmed over. But I cannot fault you for bringing Tombstone.
It's historical
to the
fiction. I mean, it's, for the most part, it's pretty true. I mean, even though they took liberties, but
yeah.
So if you're trying to rebuild
the man existed,
civilization or whatever, you can show kids growing up, hey, this happened in America, so and it's awesome.
It'd be like a documentary.
Right. It kind of serves both purposes. So
that
had to be on the list.
That's a good choice. That's a very good choice. Yeah. All right. So my second is another comedy, and that's actually something that I just rewatched a few days ago, The Burbs.
Oh, now that was highly, highly considered because I actually do watch that one over and over again. But I think the problem is I watch it over and over again.
Yeah. We watched it. I watched it a few nights ago during the week last week. And then Jacob came over and we were trying to figure out what to watch. And The Burbs came up. It was on Prime. And I was like, you want to watch The Burbs again? I watched The Burbs again. And I think I had texted you the morning. I was like doing some stuff around the house. And I think I was like, man, I put on The Burbs just to have something on in the background. 10 minutes in, I was on the couch, not doing what I was supposed to do, watching The Burbs as if I'd never seen it ever.
Do not watch the series.
No, I don't plan on it.
I watched the first episode and I really tried. Oh, did I try? But it was terrible.
I kind of got that vibe. from it.
Okay, so this next one. I'm sorry. Were you still talking about?
No. Just if you've never seen The Burbs, watch it because it's a riot.
That and The Money Pit are two of his greatest comedic performances.
And I like The Money Pit. I've seen it a couple of times now, but
it doesn't. No, The Burbs is way better because you got Bruce Dern.
And
The Burbs is a much better movie, but as far as comedies go, those are his best two comedies. There's no doubt.
Agreed.
His best acting performance is Road to Perdition. I know what people want to say Forrest Gump, but I'm a Road to Perdition
Some
guy.
people might say Saving Private Ryan. I agree with you, Road to Perdition, because it's something you had never. Tom Hanks as a
gangster,
a badass gangster.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So my next one,
no argument.
Sorry, my next one is on this list because, and I've mentioned this before many times, it is the greatest movie ever made.
I know where you're going.
And because of that, it made this list. That way I could show people, hey, you want to see the best movie that was ever made before society collapsed?
And it's Maximum Overdrive.
Yes. Shawshank Redemption, another Stephen King joint, but Shawshank Redemption is a perfect movie. I can watch that even though it's long and it's a chore to watch because of how heavy the subject matter is.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing to watch.
And I didn't put it on my list because of that reason, but I knew that was going to be on your list.
Yep.
It's not wrong.
Those days whenever I just want to watch the greatest thing ever put to cinema on the silver screen, I had to put it in there.
Yeah. That's a good choice. So my next one is along those same lines. One of the greatest movies ever made, I think. Jaws, the original Jaws. I have Jaws on my list. That's my number 3.
It didn't seem fitting to me being on an island.
It's educational. It's educational. That's how don't go in the water because you could get eaten by a big giant shark.
Yeah, or we could have brought Castaway. That way we would have
Castaway. I thought about Castaway.
Like a training exercise, training manual. Hey, let's put on Castaway. How should we do this?
Let's see how Tom Hanks did it.
Yeah,
and then we can do that. And survive.
Have made fire.
Yeah, Castaway is a good movie.
But no, Jaws is great. It's coming up on Jaws season. Every 4th of July, I'll watch it. So good choice.
Yeah, that Jaws made my list.
Okay.
And what you got next?
So next, we just talked about, and this is actually what inspired this list, by the way. So we had that reel. It was you saying that Predator is a desert island movie, and or quite possibly a desert island movie, and it sparked all kind of interest on my shorts on TikTok and Instagram. Between the two, we got like 40,000 views and a couple of thousand likes and a few hundred comments. So people started spouting off their list. So I had to put Predator. It was my Arnold choice when I was like, okay, I have to bring an Arnold movie.
You have to only bring one.
I can only bring one. And I mean, I wanted to bring Terminator. I wanted to bring Commando, all these movies, but it had to be Predator. And
Predator is the best movie out of those.
Yes, it's Arnold's probably one. If it's not the best, it's up there. So I had to bring it. You get Bill Duke, Carl Weathers, Jesse the Body, Sonny, what's his name? Landon?
Sonny Landreth?
Something like that. So you get, the guy that wrote it, I forget his name, but you get all of this testosterone, you get all of this action, and you get an alien.
That's so my inspiration tape.
So it's science fiction as well. And so it just had to make the cut.
Yeah.
We had to know it was coming. And there it is.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me that made your list. It surprises me that it did not make mine.
I had a feeling it wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just so many movies. Next on my list after Jaws, and this is gonna be a hot take. But when you're talking about something that I can watch over and over again, strictly for entertainment value, Samurai Cop is on my list.
Are you serious?
Samurai Cop, I have it right here. Samurai Cop is on my list. That is a terrible, terrible movie, but I could watch that over and strictly for entertainment value.
You know, I really hope you and I go to the same compound, which we do plan on, because our movies are going to be totally different. We're going to have 20 movies.
Yeah, we'll have 20 movies to watch. Yeah. And our friend who throws away movies,
he won't have any because he worships the streaming gods, and they tell him what he's going to watch when he's going to watch it.
Right.
So,
yeah. So,
Samurai. I'm not saying any names, Mark Sino or Seth. What?
So what? Yeah, Samurai Cop. It's fun. It's bad. It's fun to watch with other people and make fun of it.
That's the best part. If you're on a compound, you can watch it all together and have a good time.
Yeah, it's not as much fun by yourself. It is still fun, but you gotta watch Samurai Cop with someone else.
Okay.
So yeah, Samurai Cop.
My next, you mentioned it earlier. It didn't make your list. My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
I chose this one because I wanted. It plays dual roles, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's comedy, it's hilarious, but it's also a courtroom movie.
That's right.
And because A Few Good Men,
educational. You have a lot of educational movies on.
Because A Few Good Men did not make my list, which I love. I figured that My Cousin Vinny would fill two roles. Yes. It would help fill the courtroom drama. That way, you can show people, hey, this is what our justice system was based on.
Right.
At the same time, you can laugh your ass off.
And it's as far as courtroom stuff goes, it's more realistic than A Few Good Men. I think like there's a lot of things that went on in that courtroom that
but it's also that wasn't civilian court. You know civilian court. I don't know what a court martial is like. I mean, even though I was in the military, I never was involved in any court martial, so I don't know how the procedure is accurate or not. Which more than likely, it's probably not very accurate. But I see what you're saying. My Cousin Vinny was directed by a lawyer, and so he kind of knew. Accurate. Yeah.
Isn't it like taught in like they show?
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
They show in college classes or whatever. Like this is how you deal with a witness that certain tests. Anyway, yeah, very good choice. It made my honorable mentions. There's no bad choices. The next movie on my list that I could watch over and over again and have pretty much watched a million times is The Menu.
Now that is surprising. I knew you liked it, but I never would have thought you'd put it.
I love The Menu. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I love Nicholas Hoult. Fiennes, the
Ralph Fiennes,
the chef. That's something that I could watch it over and over again and find something different every time I watch it. And it's one of those where can't even quite put my finger on it. From the first time I watched it, I have loved The Menu, and I'm bringing that with me.
Okay.
I'm bringing The Menu with me.
That is the first real surprise.
Okay.
First real surprise. Right. Next one is not a surprise at all. Jurassic Park. One of my favorite stories, one of my favorite movies of all time. And it just had to be on the list. There's really no, I don't have to explain anything.
Yeah.
It's Jurassic Park.
If gun to my head, I probably can't say that. If someone told me, hey, you got to pick one movie that you know is going to be on Nelson's list, my pick would have been Jurassic Park. Yeah.
There's going to be a couple of others you're going to be like, oh, duh.
Yeah.
I think. But it's always been one of my favorites.
Yep.
And it always will be. So it has to come.
Okay. Jurassic Park. No argument there.
I had to have Jeff Goldblum.
You have to have Jeff Goldblum.
Right.
Goldblum.
And I mean, that's one of his best performances other than like The Fly. You do plan to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, huh? Hello.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum. My next one is another comedy is Meet the Parents.
Okay.
Meet the Parents is something that I could watch over and over again. The subtleties and the humor in that movie and just the facial expressions and just the little comments, and I could watch that a million times and laugh every single time.
Okay. So you're willing to spend the rest of your life with Robert De Niro?
It was an agonizing choice. This is one that I pined over because there was some like Meet the Parents and Meet the Parents, Office Space, and My Cousin Vinny. I swapped over and over and over again. But the type of humor and the subtlety in the humor, of Meet the Parents, I eventually
it really
settled on
is
that
a
one.
brilliant movie, and De Niro is great. His best comedic roles are Meet the Parents and Analyze This.
Mhm.
Analyze This is hilarious.
Yeah, which I need to watch. We had talked about that the other day. I have them on DVD somewhere. I need to watch them again.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. So Meet the Parents.
So next, I had to have a holiday movie. We got to do Christmas here.
Right.
I mean, Christmas comes around every year. And of course, I'm going to celebrate it. And what better way to celebrate it than with what movie?
You're going to say National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Die Hard. Okay.
Crap. Well, that was an epic fail on my part.
I mean, the greatest Christmas movie ever made. And he knows it's my favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's tradition. I've been watching it every Christmas Eve since I was like 12.
I'm so embarrassed that if you don't want me on the show anymore.
And it has now become a tradition at my in-laws where we watched the last 2 Christmas Eves. We watched it as a family at my in-laws' house. Very devout Catholic family's house. And we watched Die Hard. Nice, wholesome Christmas movie.
Because that's what you do during Christmas.
Because that's what you do.
I don't know why I didn't say that.
My wife,
I'm sorry.
she was kind of making her list last night, and that was
Die
her
Hard
Christmas.
made her list?
No, Christmas Vacation.
Oh, Christmas Vacation.
Because that's her favorite Christmas movie. But
yeah,
this, once again, it covers multiple genres and multiple bases. Christmas and stupid action.
Yeah. Yeah, you caught me off guard. I was thinking more like pure Christmas movie.
No.
You caught me
I had to make a compromise because I didn't want to waste a slot. Because I would have put Home Alone. If I'm just going Christmas movie, I would have put Home Alone. But no way. I mean, it's going to be Die Hard, you know?
Yeah. Again, not surprised. Even though I got it wrong, I'm not surprised. That's a good pick.
You disappoint me.
Sorry. Next one on my list is Signs.
You know, that was a consideration.
As far as like science fiction, kind of creepy, kind of whatever. Not really horror, I guess. It's not
considered horror, but more science fiction, I think, than horror.
Yeah, Signs is something that I would be able to watch over and over again, even just for the performances. Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix and M. Night Shyamalan's 30-second role, 30-second scene was it gives me chills. Don't open the pantry. I locked one of them in there and he just drives away. That I got goosebumps just now.
But his performance of his confession, you know what I'm saying, to Mel Gibson, telling him he's sorry and all of that, how even that was a sign, all of those, that whole scene is great.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's a deep movie. Like it's a real deep movie. It's another one of those where you can watch it a bunch of times and get something different out of it each time. I feel like I've said that a lot.
Yeah,
there's a theme.
But yeah, Signs is a great. Didn't make my list, but it was in consideration.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so next, you mentioned it earlier, and I didn't want to cross or do another multiple genre, but I had to include one of these movies because it's the greatest trilogy ever made, which is
that would be Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
I got that one right. Damn it.
I picked Back to the Future 3 because he knows it's my favorite Back to the Future movie.
Yeah.
So I technically have 2 Westerns, which I really didn't want to do, but my wife convinced me. She was like, Nelson, you have to put Back to the Future 3 because she actually likes that one. She loathes part 2.
Really?
Yeah. She can't tolerate it. She likes
it's my least favorite one also. It makes me feel weird.
Right. Well, I don't know. I love part 2. I mean, I love them all. But for some reason, part 3 is the most fun to watch. And I think it's because of the Western thing.
So I kind of figured you would have a Back to the Future on there, but I would have bet on it being the first.
The first one, yeah. No, yeah. Back to the Future. I mean, remember, I even got Christopher Lloyd to sign part 3. Yes. I just love part 3.
Yes.
Okay,
that's a good pick. To me, it's science fiction. It's Western. Yeah, it's a good pick.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna surprise you probably even more with my next one. My only like real kind of horror movie is I would take Pearl.
Okay.
I would take Pearl with me, based on um based mostly on Mia Goth's performance. Yeah, I could watch her. I haven't seen a whole lot with her in it, but I could watch her over and over and over again. She is so convincing. The 7-minute monologue at the end of the movie, and then the creepy smile during
Where
the
she
credits.
just doesn't. Yeah, the
Yeah.
director doesn't stop, and
He
she
doesn't
just holds
stop.
it. Yeah.
And she's like shedding tears, and her
Mhm.
face is all contorted, and plus it's just a really good weird movie.
It is, man. When I was watching that, I was like,
Yeah,
"This
she's
chick is crazy."
she is nuts. And I've probably talked about this before in a couple of the videos, but if you're watching it, I was watching an interview with her, and the interviewer asked her a question, and she's just kind of staring off into space, and she kind of snaps back in it. She's like, "What?"
I'm not. This is just an observation.
She's fantastic to me.
But Shia LaBeouf had converted to Catholicism and was on the right path, and then Mia Goth entered the situation. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying.
She's
Just an observation.
She's quite influential. Yeah, so I could watch that again just for her performance when she's doing the dance and they reject her and I'm a star, give me another chance. I could watch that over and over again.
But that's so, and I'm kind of like, oh, I cover my face because it's so awkward and desperate.
That's
how
the character. Good she was.
But that's also supposed to be the character.
Yeah.
She's nuts. She's obsessed with being a star, and she will do anything to become a star. And
right.
I mean, it was a brilliant performance,
which we saw in Maxine and in X in the prequel. Well, the prequel,
Maxine
the sequel,
sucks, man. Like when we watched it, the fact that they did a religious cult that was so lazy.
I didn't think it sucked, but it was very, very disappointing.
Like, give me a break.
Definitely the weaker of the three movies, but it was very disappointing. So yeah, Pearl made my list. I would think that would have been the one that surprised you the most.
No, because you talk about it all the time. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I like Pearl.
Yeah.
2 left.
So
you have 3 left.
So this one is probably the greatest science fiction movie ever made, like hands down, and it's my favorite. And it's the only thing that's remotely horror, and that is Alien.
Yes.
Brilliant movie.
Yes.
I get my scary movie, but I also get xenomorphs. And I could not go to an island without this movie or go to a compound without this movie to show people the sheer brilliance of this story.
It's the movie that says, look, this is how you do that.
Right.
This is how you do that correctly. This is how you create tension and write characters and create
cool creatures.
Yes. That's
your strong woman.
Once again,
all of these things.
Education.
Just great.
Yeah.
So it had to come. It's the only thing that, like I said, is considered horror on this list.
I am not surprised by that choice at all.
And a lot of people would probably say Aliens.
Really?
And are you going to say Aliens?
Keep talking.
I wanted the scary one, and we've talked about this. It's my favorite of the series, so it had to be the one.
Yeah.
Yes, on a technical level, you can say Aliens is the better movie. I mean, you got Bill Paxton in it. That elevates it by like 5 points. Okay, but no, I had to bring this one because it's my favorite.
All right. Well, so my second to last choice on my list is Aliens with an S, the second one. Because I had to pick something from that franchise, and I think to me it's the most rewatchable, the funnest one to watch. It's less horror, more action, more sci-fi action, but I struggled between the first movie and the second movie. I ultimately picked this one because it's the most fun to watch. It's maybe a little bit more accessible, a little bit more rewatchable to me.
It's a blast to watch and hear. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but I definitely can't disagree with the first one being on the list.
Well, so far we have not duplicated any.
I'm surprised.
And we're going to the compound together, and this is what we're taking.
Well, our last ones might match up.
We'll see.
It might match up.
Number 2. It's a good movie to watch around Halloween, but it's not a horror movie, and it's also one of the funniest movies ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And it has one of my favorite comedic actors in it.
I know where you're going with this.
Would you like to give a stab at it?
I would like to know who you're going to call.
Ghostbusters,
That's
1984.
Right. That's
Had
right.
to come. Nick knows this.
None of that was scripted, by the way. That was
that was
off
not
the
scripted.
cuff comedic
Right.
genius. You're welcome.
So you don't just get that anywhere, folks.
That's right.
And
You
it's
come
free
here-
to like and subscribe.
That's why you come here.
Doesn't cost any money. So this is what you get. Yes, Ghostbusters 1984. Lightning in a Bottle.
I thought
movie.
you made the remake with
with the girls.
with the female. Darn, sorry.
Brilliant movie, hilarious, but also smart. Great special effects. I mean, we're talking 1984, 42 years ago.
Right.
And those special effects hold up today.
Yes.
When you watch it today,
it looks
real.
great.
So had to come. And so there it is. Well, there it is.
Another one I'm not surprised that you had on your list.
So what's number 1, baby?
My number 1, well, my last one on the list is it's a Star Wars movie.
Okay.
And it is I'm not going to call it episode 4. I'm going to call it Star Wars. The original Star Wars movie. It's not the best Star Wars movie. I think Empire Strikes Back is probably the best Star Wars movie.
On a technical level.
Yes. Level. But if I'm going to put on a Star Wars movie, I'm going to watch the original Star Wars. And how could that not be on the list? There you go.
My number 1.
There you go.
A New Hope. So we will have one duplicate. We'll have 19 movies to bring.
Yeah.
And to piggyback off of you, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's not the best Star Wars movie but it's the best Star Wars movie.
It's the best.
There's no
It's
doubt.
the best Star Wars movie.
It's the one that I can watch over and over.
Yes.
More than any of them. Even
Yes.
as much as I love Empire Strikes Back, as much as I love Return of the Jedi, I can't. When I'm like, I want to watch Star Wars, I'm pulling out A New Hope.
It's
the original, not this new special edition George Lucas crap.
Yeah, the one without the CGI Jabba the
Right. The despecialized edition.
It's probably the movie in my lifetime that I've seen the most.
It's possible.
Every time I watch it, it still brings up emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like you still like the binary sunset when Luke's staring off into the thing and he's contemplating life and thinking, God, there's got to be something else out there. What do I do? How do I get out of this situation and go on adventures? That every time I watch that, it still gets me.
Yep.
So that was like, if there was a number 1, if we were ranking these, that would be my number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of did rank mine. I put mine in an order that I felt would be the most rewatchable and that I loved the most, down to, even though it's a lot of them can flip flop. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But when I started this list, the absolute first thing I wrote down was A New Hope and Ghostbusters. Those were the first 2 that I knew. I had to come up with 8 basically, because those 2 were going to be there.
Right.
There was no question.
You had a couple of gimmies.
Yeah. A couple of gimmies. I started writing A New Hope, Ghostbusters. First thing off the cuff. They were not going to be replaced. Others, when I wrote down my list, I was like, ooh, I was going to do this one, but then I just scratched them off.
Everybody else had a little bit of wiggle room, but those
those 2, there was no wiggle room. Those were going to the compound or to the island with me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm surprised that we didn't have. I'm surprised you didn't have Jaws. I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't have The Big Lebowski. For some reason, I thought, as far as comedies go, I thought that would have gone.
Well, it's because it's one of the funniest movies ever made. So you probably figured Nelson would want to consider that. But I just don't watch it enough to where I could say it would be phony for me to put that on there.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm really surprised that we didn't have more crossover. I mean, I had a couple of honorable mentions that you had.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the
My
10.
biggest shock on myself was the lack of horror.
Yeah.
So it made me.
I thought for sure you'd have had Halloween on there.
It made me realize how much science fiction and action takes precedent over horror for me.
Yeah.
Even though I love horror, there is absolutely no doubt I love it. But those, and I would love the newest movie that's on my list is, geez Louise. What's the newest one? Let's see. My Cousin Vinny, is that the newest one?
Probably.
Because I think that's 93. Jurassic Park is 93 as well. Tombstone was like 90. No, Tombstone is like 95. Tombstone is the newest movie on my list.
Yeah.
1995.
That makes sense. That computes. I mean, that's why I didn't put Badlands on there, because it's.
But what does that say about cinema? About what would, I mean, this is probably the stupidest thing I'm going to say, because this is when I grew up. But the golden age of cinema, was it the 70s through the 90s?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask people
if you ask my parents, they're going to say the 40s and 50s.
Yeah. It's what you grew up with. But I think that's your point, is these are the movies that we grew up with.
But what's interesting is on those reels,
they've stood the test of time.
On those reels, the people who commented and put their list because they thought we were listing this instead of listing Predator movies, they were putting all these types of movies on there. Nobody was putting new stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to take Marvel movies with them.
Yeah. No one put Endgame, which I've never seen. I'm not like
taking X-Men.
I don't like Marvel movies. I don't like.
Yeah, neither do I. If you told me what Marvel, you have to take Marvel movies. I mean, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Iron Man and the first X-Men, maybe. That's about it. I'm done. That's all my Marvel movies.
I don't know. I couldn't pick any. Yeah, I mean, they all seem to come from the same era. The newest one I have is probably Pearl.
Pearl of the Menu.
Pearl of the Menu.
But Pearl, I think, is newer than the Menu.
I think Pearl is a few years newer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point you make.
All right. Yeah, well,
that was a lot of fun, man.
That was fun, stressful, but
I'm still surprised that we didn't have more crossover. Just the one.
That's great.
Just the one. Yeah.
I told you I had a feeling. That's why I gave the disclaimer at the beginning.
Yeah.
That I had a feeling our lists were going to be more different than you realize.
That's good though, man. We won't get bored. We won't get bored, and when the flags go up, we'll have a plethora of different things to watch.
Movies. So, yeah. All right. Well, with that, we're done. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one.
And y'all leave y'all's lists in the comments. Let us know how we did, and let us know what y'all think. And we'd love to interact with you guys through the comments and stuff. So, interesting to know how y'all think we did.
Yep. Adios.
Right. See ya.